It's Monday night again, and that means it's time to have some fun and save some money. Welcome to Ready Budget Game. Hey, welcome back to Ready Budget Go. My name is Drew, and around here we talk about household budgeting, saving money, and achieving our financial goals. If any of those sound like a vibe to you, please consider subscribing, hit the like button, and leave me a comment down below because I'd love to hear from you. On Mondays, we're all about saving money, and I do that by playing 12 different games. I try to save about $100. Usually it goes a few dollars over, and that's okay. It just means more money toward my goals. So let's get started, as we usually do, with Loteria. And I can't remember if I left off playing Millennial Loteria or regular Loteria, so I'm playing Millennial Loteria this week. Get some more light in here. And if you haven't seen Loteria before, it's a bingo-based game, and instead of bingo balls, you use pictogram cards. So I am going to keep dealing cards until I get a Loteria, which is a line of 4, and then I will save $1 for every marker that's down on the card. So I'm going to give these a cut, and we'll start dealing. So first up, we've got L Nail Art, and I don't have that on my card. Let me get the chips back over here. L Internship, we do have. L Tattoo, don't see that. Last Bitcoins, we have. L Safe Space, no. L Pride, no. L Twitter, no. L Prime, no. L Podcast, we have that one. L Sushi, nope. L Troll, no. L Coachella, we have him right down here. L Global Warming, yep. So L Vegan will give us a Loteria. L Web Design, it's up here. L Gluten, no. L Drone, no. L Gender Reveal, nope. La Student Debt, yep. So now L Boomer will give us a Loteria. L DJ, yep. That opens up L TikTok. L Juice Cleanse, no. And there's L Vegan. So that is our Loteria. So we've got $1, $2, $3, $4, $5, $6, $7, $8, $9 going into Loteria this week. I will cut these back into the deck, give them a quick shuffle. And then I will clear off the cards, or the card, singular. And we'll get out the binder and we'll put $9 into Loteria. $5, $7, and $9. I'm a little rusty because I filmed these back to back before leaving for FinCon, so it's been a while since I've done a game night, so bear with me if I'm a little out of sorts. Up next, we have Sussed. Sussed is a would you rather type game with 3 possible answers, and I save $2 for option A, $3 for option B, and $5 for option C. So we're starting a brand new card. Get out a pen here. And the first one says, if Jurassic Park was real, which would I be more likely to do? A, book a visit, B, ask to work there, or C, campaign to close it down? Definitely C. I think there are some things that you just shouldn't mess with genetics, and recreating long extinct species for our own amusement is not something I support. So I'm in Camp C, so that'll be $5. We'll do one more. What question do I most hate being asked? A, how much longer will it take you to get ready? B, are you going to eat that? C, can you stop making so much noise? Well, all of those are pretty rude. I don't really like the questions about what do you dislike more, but I think of the 3, the one that is probably the most rude is C. Can you stop making so much noise? I'm not really a noisy person. It's just, I think sometimes you can't help whatever noise you're making. So that would be the thing that I would dislike being asked the most. So I'm going to put the 5 back, take out a 10 because we had 2 C answers. And I will put the $10 along with the question card, because there's one more on it, into envelope number 2. If you're new, I do use play money, and the reason I do that is because this money goes right into my high yield savings account, so there's no point taking it out of my checking account to put it in envelopes to put it in the high yield. I just make the transfer. But I like to keep track of how much each game is saving me. So up next, we've got the name game, and this is naming a famous person from a series of clues. I save $1 per clue used. So let's open this up. And I bought this at a thrift store for $3, and I've enjoyed it so far. Take a card out here. A little tough to get out just one. I might do 2 of these, but we'll start with one. Then I usually use an envelope tracker. Let's see, how do I do this? I think like this. And then flip. Okay. So the first clue is drugs. Well, if we're talking about a celebrity, that could be just about anybody. Maybe Charlie Sheen? Next clue, face tattoo. Well, that narrows it down. Now I'm thinking Mike Tyson, maybe? Ear, yep, okay, so it's Mike Tyson. Biting and boxing. Mike Tyson, yep, so I got it on the second clue, so I'm going to save $2 for using 2 clues, and I will do one more for sure. So this one is going to go to the back, which is here. We'll take another one out of the front. And let's see how we do with this one. Okay. British, okay. Let's say Hugh Grant. Message in a Bottle. I don't know if he was in Message in a Bottle or if that relates to him, so no help there. Roxanne. Oh, again, no help. The Police. Oh, it's Sting. Okay. So after 4 clues, because I think that's right, singer, Sting. Yep, okay, so 4 clues, the Police gave it to me. So I'm going to put 2 back and take out 6. I was born in the 80s, but not always the best at getting folks who have had a long career. I'll put it that way. Excuse me. So let me put this away. I'll get out the binder, and we'll go to envelope number 3 for the name game. Stick this in there. Up next is Dicetropolis. So let's see which Dicetropolis game we're going to play this week. I picked up both of them, of course. So, Knockout, Poker, we've done not that long ago. Let's play some 21. So I need some dice. I'm going to use the Dicetropolis dice. Dicetropolis is available in my Etsy shop, and if you are so inclined, or if you need them, you can get the dice from me. 6 rainbow-colored D6 dice. So in 21, basically, you are trying to make a hand that will beat the dealer. So you roll for yourself first, and then you roll for the dealer, and then you score accordingly. So let me get the hand set, and then we'll see how we do. Okay, so I've got 5, so I'm going to keep rolling. 5 plus 7 is 12. I'm going to go one more time. 12 plus 7 is 19, and I'm going to stay there, because the only way I can improve my hand is to roll snake eyes. So we're going to stand on 19, and now we roll for the dealer. And the dealer has to keep rolling until they get at least 15. So 6 plus 9 is 15. So the dealer's going to stand on 15. So we've beaten the dealer. If the player's score is higher than the dealer, or if the dealer goes bust, the player wins, save $5. So I'm going to save $5 for that hand. And let's go one more time. So we'll set our hand first. So we've got 10 and 7, or 17. And I'm going to stand on 17, because rolling a 4 or less with 2 dice is pretty difficult. So now let's roll for the dealer. So 9 to start, and 7 is 16. So once again, we've beaten the dealer. So I am going to save another $5. So I'm going to put the 5 back, and I'm going to take out a 10, and that will be Dicetropolis for the week. Just put away this Sharpie so I don't accidentally use it. And I am going to clear off this card. I use dry erase because it'll wipe right off. These are glossy coated. You can also get this as a digital download if you'd like, and print out your own and laminate them, or just use them one and done. So let's go into Dicetropolis, which is envelope 4. And we'll put in the $10. And I will do a condensing at the end, as always. Dicetropolis 2 is up next. Dicetropolis 2 are all D4 based games, and they tend to save less than the original Dicetropolis. Oops. So let's see which one we want to play this week. I think we're going to play Filler Up. It's been a while since we played that, so let's do Filler Up. So the instructions say this sheet plays as one game. Roll 1d4 10 times, marking off each number rolled as you go. If you roll any number more than 5 times, reset that column and continue rolling until your 10th roll. After your 10th roll, save the value of the tallest column. For example, if the 3 column is tallest, save $3. If 2 or more columns are tied, save the higher amount. So I need a d4 die, so I will get that out. Dicetropolis 2, just like the original, is available in my Etsy shop, and it is available with dice if you need them. This is a d4. So let's give it a roll, and let's see how we do. 4, 2, 3, 2, and if you ever get lost, just count your hash marks. So we've rolled 4 times. 3, 4, even so far, except for the ones. 2, 3, 4. Goodness. Okay, last roll. A 4. So the 4 wins. So we're going to save $4. 2 and 4, and I will play one more time. Let me just clear off the card here. Again, dry erase works fantastic. You can also use wet erase if you like, but I like dry erase just because I'm not trying to save this too long, and it's the easiest, fastest, and cleanest way to clean up. All right, so let's go again here. 3, 1, finally a 1, 3, 3, 2, 4, 3, 1, 4. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so this is our last roll. And a 2. So the 3s win. So we're going to save $3, which means I'm going to take 2 back and take out a 5. So we'll save a total of $7 into Dicetropolis 2 this week. Clean off this card. And we'll set the Dicetropolis 2 game in the back here. Put away the die. And we've got $7 going into envelope number 5 for Dicetropolis 2. Okay, up next is Dicequarium. This is the third set of dice games, and these are all aquatic themed. So let's see which one we're going to play this week. I cannot remember what I did last week. Of course, I can't really remember what I did yesterday. So let's see. Let's do Sunken Treasure. So I'm going to get out the aquatic themed dice here. And in Sunken Treasure, this game plays real fast, and it's just roll 3d6 dice and record the dice values highest to lowest for that game. Multiply the smallest number by 3 and save that amount. So let's give them a roll here. So we've got a 4, a 1, and a 1. And we're going to multiply the 1 by 3 and save $3. Let's go again. Oops. That's 3, 2, 1. Contact. If you know, you know. 3, 2, 1. 1 times 3 is 3. And I'm going to go one more time. So we've got a 5, a 2, and a 2. So 5, 2, and 2. 2 times 3 is 6. So 6 plus 6 is $12, and that is what we'll save for Dice Aquarium this week. Set these dice aside, and we'll clean off the game card. So it's ready to go next time, or next time Sunken Treasure comes around. Put these away. And $12 going into envelope number 6. Up next will be Fruit Machine. I'm going to get set up for that, and then we'll give that game a play. This is Fruit Machine. It's another game that I created. It's available on my Etsy shop, and when you purchase it, you get 2 A5 size dashboards, and they're identical on the back, but on the front, they are different. One of them has the default rules for the game with the save amounts for each roll combination, and the other is blank. So you can decide the amounts, you can decide how many rolls you get, the whole works. So I always play with the default rules, and you have up to 4 rolls, so 1 roll plus 3 rerolls to make your best possible roll combination, and then save accordingly. So what you save is entirely what dice you decide to roll for, or what symbols you decide to roll for, are entirely up to you. So I'm just going to give them a roll, and we'll see how they treat us this week. Okay, so we got 2 oranges and a cherry. The cherries are the most valuable other than the diamonds, because even if you have 1, you save more than the default. But I'm going to go for 3 oranges. So I'm going to set these 2 aside, and I'm just going to roll the 1 die. Watermelon. 2 rolls left. Watermelon. Last roll. And a diamond. Okay, so I got essentially a pie gow here. So all other rolls save $1. So that's what I'm going to save. So let's roll them again. Let's see how we do on game number 2. A diamond, a cherry, and a lemon. I'm going to go for the cherries this time. Why not? Because even if I don't get 3, I'll at least save more than $1. A lemon and an orange. 2 rolls left. Oops. A plum and a watermelon. Had just about everything. Last roll. A plum and a lemon. Okay, so I've just got the 1 cherry. 1 cherry plus any 2 symbols saves $2. So there's 2. And I'm going to go again. 2 oranges and a cherry again. Okay, so 2 oranges. I'm going to try for it again. Lemon. Plum. Last roll. 3 oranges. How about that? So that's going to be $6. So I'm going to put 1 back and take 7. 5 and 7. And I think I'm going to stop there. So that's going to save us $9 for the week. One other thing to mention, these are glossy coated just like everything else, so you can write on them with a dry erase marker, and it will come right off if you decide you want to change the rules later. All right, so let's take the $9 and the dashboards, move the dice over. We'll put these back in envelope number 7. And then we'll move on to Quicks, which is in envelope number 8. I'll just take out the scorecard here. And it looks like we're going to be on the yellow die this week. If you haven't seen Quicks before, I have explained how to play it in previous weeks. Go back maybe a couple of months, and there will be a video there. Any of my videos from a couple months ago or before should have an explanation of how to play Quicks. And that's any of the Monday night Ready Budget Game videos. So I'm going to get a marker. Let's see, let's use this big Tombow here. And let's give it a roll and see how we do. So a 2, a 3, and a 4. So I've got 5, 6, and 7. So I'm going to save the 5, and I'm going to leave the other 2 because it's early. A 6, a 4, and a 5. So we've got 9, 10, and 11, and I'm going to take all 3. Roll them again. 4, 4, and 5. So I've got 8 and I've got 9. Have to take the 8. Roll again. 5, 5, and 2, 7 and 10. All I can do is take the 7. Come on, small numbers. 3, 4, and 5. So I have got, what have I got here? 7, 8, and 9. And those are already taken, so we're done. So that gives, let me put this cap back on here. That gives us a total of, looking for a pen. Oh, goodness. There's a pen. 12 plus 6 is 18, plus 2 is 20, 3 and 4 is 7, so 27. 2 plus 7 is $9, and that is what I'm going to save this week for Quicks. I'm not going to play another game, because 9 was pretty expensive. So I'll put the dice away. And then this goes back along with $9. 7, 8, 9. I am almost definitely going to run over my $100 this week, and that is totally fine. Scorecard in front. There we go. Up next is Tucano, and this is kind of a scary game. Actually, I need to take out the scorecard or the instructions that I wrote for this. This one is commercially available, not widely so. It's a European game, so I bought this at a specialty game store in Portland when I was there earlier this year. It is a card game, and you save according to what position the cards are in. So as I deal them, it will make more sense, I hope. Sometimes I have a hard time keeping track of the rules of this one myself. But I like it. It's volatile and it's interesting. Okay. So I'm going to give this a few shuffles. One more, then a cut. And let's see how we do this week. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we got a gift, which means 1 extra card. So 1 and 2. Huh, interesting. And then 6. All right, so that is the cards dealt. There are 6 different positions, and now we score them according to what position each one is in. So what I like to do is turn over the cards that have a value of 0. So all of these have a value, this has a value, neither one of these do, and this one does. So let me explain. So each card is in a different position, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Each card has a way of scoring it depending on what position it's in. So for example, this card, if it's in the 1 position, it scores 8 points. If it's in the 6th position, it scores -2, and so on and so forth. So because these two are in the 5th position, and this one goes up to 4 and this one goes up to 3, they score nothing for being in the 5th position. So I am going to turn those over, and now I'm going to score the rest of the game. So the avocado, or the avocado, scores 1 if it's an even, 3 if it's an odd. That's how I do it for the cards that look like this. So 1 is an odd position, so this scores 3. This one is in the 2nd position, so that's a score of 6. This is in the 3rd position, and that is a score of 12. So we've got 12 plus 6 plus 3, which is 21. Big score for the top row. For the bottom row, this is in position number 4, so that scores 10. We're not scoring anything for the 5th position because both of those cards don't have anything for the 5th position. And then this is in an even spot, so that is a 0. So we've got 10 for the bottom row, 21 for the top row. 10 plus 21 is 31. I'm not going to save $31. I'm going to add the 3 and the 1 and save $4 into Tucano this week. So I'm going to put all these away. And I'm just going to play it once this week, just because I am getting a little behind in my savings, or in the amount of money that's left. So I'm going to give these one quick shuffle, and then I'll put them away, and we'll put the $4 into the Tucano envelope. Ah, okay. Seven, 8, and 9. We'll stick the instructions back in. And I normally don't do this, but if I've got a 1 in the Tucano envelope, I'm going to take it for a 5. Yep, I do. Let's take a 1 out and put a 5 in, just because I'm already out of 2s and I don't want to run out of 1s. Okay, up next is Dicefecta, and I am going to play D8 Dicefecta this week. I'm going to play card A for D8. Dicefecta is another game that's available in my Etsy shop. It comes with D6 Dicefecta, D8, D10, and D12. You get them all, as well as a card that explains how to play and a dashboard. So, for D8 Dicefecta, we need the D8 die. You can get the dice from me if you don't already have them. If you get them from me, they will match the color of the cards. So the D8 will be a purple die. And there it is. Put the Tombow away. We'll use dry erase for this game. And in Dicefecta, you roll the die and you mark off the numbers until you get 3 in one section, and then you yell Dicefecta and you decide how to save. I will explain that as we go along. So starting off, we've got a 6, so we're going to cross off the 6. A 1. Another 1. A 1. 2. 2 and 2. 5. So an 8 will give us 2 different Dicefectas. 6 we already have. 2 we already have. 4. So now a 7 will give us a Dicefecta. 3, oh goodness, so 7 or 8 is going to give it to us. Let's see. 4, 1, 6, come on. 2, 8. Okay, Dicefecta. We've actually got 2 of them this time. So we filled up 2 different sections, and now the way that you save, there are 3 different methods. There's the high budget method, the medium budget method, and the low budget method. So in the high budget method, you add up the numbers of the card that you or the section that you completed. So this would be 8 plus 2 plus 1, which is 11, or 8 plus 6 plus 5, which is 19. The medium budget way is you save $1 for every number that you've crossed off on your card, and we got a lot of them. We've got 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So $10 is the medium budget way, and then the low budget way is the number that you last rolled, and that's what I'm going for this week because the low budget is still an 8, and that is quite a lot. So I'm going to save $8. 5, 6, 7, 8. And I am going to clear this card off, and then we will be done with Dicefecta for the week. Just put this back where it goes. There we go. Wonder how things would have rolled if I'd played card B instead, but we'll never know. Okay. So let's go to envelope 10, Dicefecta. We'll put the $8 in, and we'll move on to the 12 Days of Christmas. The 12 Days of Christmas is a scratch and save challenge. And there is one card, this is A6, there's one card for each of the 12 different days of Christmas, all the way up to the 12th from the 1st. Some of these I've already done, and some of them I've only scratched a couple on. So I'm going to get it out a D12. We'll borrow the one from Dicefecta. And we'll give it a roll and see which one we're playing this week. Number 11. Okay. 11 is the Piper's Piping, and we've scratched, looks like 5 on this one, so we've got 6 of them left. Let's roll a d6. I'm going to use one of the little aqua ones here from Dicequarium. Number 3. 1, 2, 3. So we'll scratch this one, and we will save accordingly. $1. Well, now I feel obligated to go again, and in fact, I think I will. Just get this all scratched off and then cleaned up. Okay. Save $1. Let's roll the D12 again. Number 4. I'm not sure. I think we finished number 4. We did. Okay, so we'll roll again. Number 9. It's 11, 10, and 9. So 9 are the ladies dancing. We've scratched 2 on them. I'm just going to roll the D6. 3, 1, 2, 3. So we'll go right here. Ooh, $10. Well, I'm almost definitely going to be over this week, but that's okay. And it's kind of poetic because doesn't that always happen when we think, oh, I'll just go again? Yeah, then we get the big numbers. Okay, so $11 going into the 12 days of Christmas this week. So I will reset this back to the first one. And then we've got one more game, which will be the 12 face cards. And the 12 face cards, the way that I play it is I shuffle up a deck of cards, and then I keep dealing until I get a face card, and that's the one that we play. So let me get out the cards here. We'll give them a shuffle and a cut. These are so hard to handle. But, I think, well, I should just buy another deck of cards. But I can't justify spending the money. Maybe next time I go thrifting, I'll see if there's a cheap deck on the wall in the back and buy those. Okay, shuffled and cut. Let's deal. King of Hearts. All right. So the King of Hearts, these are in bridge order. So Hearts is the second suit. And we've got Charlemagne, who was one of I think, the first Holy Roman Emperor. And we've only done one on him so far. So let's see. Let's roll the D12 again. And that will tell us which one to scratch. Number 11. So that's going to be all the way down here at the bottom. Hopefully he's gentle, a merciful king. Oh dear, it's 2 digits. Oh, it's the most. It's $15. Well, like I say, that just means I'm moving toward my goals that much faster. So let me just finish scratching this. And clean it off here. And then $15. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm $10 over. So it's going to be $110 going toward my savings for game night this week. And I don't know what I did with that big stack of cash. Oh, there it is. One moment, stand by. Okay. So $15 going into the 12 face cards. And on the back of each of these, it tells you a little bit about who that card is supposed to represent. So we'll put the ones in front. We'll go all the way to the back. I'll stuff this in here, and then I'll get everything cleaned up, get the cash tray reset, and I will be right back to do a condensing of this thick envelope, or this thick binder. So stay tuned. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back, and I've got the cash tray reset, and I'm all ready to condense all the envelopes in here. So let's take out Loteria first. And in Loteria, we've got 100, 200, 300, 10, 15, 17, 19, 21. So I'm going to put all of this back and take out 21. So we'll put back the 10, the 5, and all the 2s. So still 321. That's another 321 contact. Okay. And then in Sust, we have 100, 20, 30, 40. So I'm going to take 2 10s, grab a 20. Still 140. In the name game, we have 20, 40, 5, 51. So I'll take out a 50. This one is adding up fast. I don't always know celebrities, so. Okay, envelope number 4 is Dicetropolis. 100, 200, 300, 350, 70, 80, 90, 1. So I'm going to take 2 tens for a 20. Still the same $391. That will all go in here. Dicetropolis 2 has 50, 70, 90, 5, 100, and 2 and 3. So I can't get to where the Barracuda placeholders are. So I am just going to put back all of this, and I will take a paper or a newsprint placeholder for now. So 103 going into Dicetropolis 2. In Dicequarium, we have 50, 60, 70, 2, 4, and 6. So I'm going to take 2 tens back for a 20. Get in there, you. And then I'm going to take all these 3 2s back for a 5 and a 1. So the same $76 going into Dicequarium. Fruit Machine has 50, 70, 90, 95, 97, 99, $100 exactly. So all of this business is going back in, and I'm taking out a 100 placeholder. 2s and a 1. Okay. And then in Quicks, we've got a scorecard. 100, 200, 300, 350, 370, 375, 77, 78, 79. So I'll take the 2 1s back for a 2. Not too much of a condensing, but every little bit helps. Tucano has 107. So not a lot we can do here. Dicefecta has 100, 20, 40, 5, 50, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56. So I'm going to leave a 5 and a 1. And this should add up to 50. 20, 45, 7, 8, 9, 50. Yep. So I'll take out a 50, put all of this back. So very much condensed. Still the same 156. The 12 Days of Christmas has 100, 200, 250, 255, 260, 261, 262. So take the 2 1s back for a 2 and the 2 5s back for a 10. So still 262, still just over halfway there. And then last but not least, the 12 face cards has 100, 200, 250, 270, 280, 280, oh, nope, 250, 70, 90, 300, and 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, so I'm going to keep the 10 and the 2, 10, and the 2, and this should be $100. 50, 70, 90, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 100. Yep, okay. 50, 70, 90, 5, and 5 1s for another 100 placeholder. So still $312. So this should be much thinner now. Took out quite a few bills. This back to the front. Oh yeah, goodness, that's a perfect fit. Thank you so much for watching for game night. I do appreciate it. And every week that you tune in to Ready Budget Game, I will be back on Wednesday for more in the Savings Challenge books, and that will be Happy Hallowelf as well as the Paint by Sticker. And I'll talk more about my history with money and how I got to be where I am today. So stay tuned for that. On Friday, I will be back with another weekly budget update for the weekly reel, and then right back here again next Monday for another fun game night. So thank you again so much for watching. Leave me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and a comment down below so I know you were here. And until I see you in the next one, take care.